Okay, yeah, welcome back. Yeah, I kind of lost Wi-Fi down here. So, it happens on occasion. Happened a couple times last week, but it's kicking back up. So, we're good to go. I've lost my train of thought, but I think so far, Jose, you're the only one who showed back up. I'm hoping that this thing automatically saves. Um, but I have no idea. Yeah, that's weird because I mean it's like everything else I have aside from my computer is turned off as far as the Wi-Fi is concerned. So I'm not really draining too much down here, and the only thing that I'm really have it on the computer for is just my one page um, for the tea, and then Facebook for whatever comments show up. Um, Not sure if anybody's coming back though. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna kill time. Oh, there we go. Okay, Nicole, we got one. So far, we got two people in here. I'm waiting for the rest to pop back in. Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna put me to sleep. It's that warm feeling with the chamomile. Oh, I am going to knock out tonight. Still waiting on more people. Oh, there we go. Angel number one. Greg. Oh yeah, now you come. Like you miss the entire first part of the whole tasting. Thanks for the like, Angel. My single like so far. How is it telling me this is my most liked video yet? I had one. I'm gonna check to see. Here we go. Yeah, it's all right. I know you have a busy schedule. I'm just messing with you. Hopefully there's gonna be a few more people. I don't want to like start up again and then everybody starts like piling in at the last minute, like just like they were. Um, there we go. Okay, now we're picking up some speed. This is a Street Fighter tournament. I guess you got to practice for next year. Are you gonna enter it next year? What was that from History of the World Part One? When they were playing the chess game, the living chess, and everybody was piling on the queen. That's that's what. Welcome back, Heidi. Welcome back, Maria. Yeah. All right, now we're picking up speed again. Okay, so um, I forgot where I left off. I was talking about the charity. Oh yeah, this one's wounded veterans in Canada. So it's gonna 5% of the 5% of the profits go to charity. That's set up on all of the teas that I designed. I don't get anything from the sales of these teas, but I like to promote them just to get the awareness out. Um, I was talking about it. I never promised it. That's all I'm saying. Maybe next year. I actually have another sleepy time tea that yeah, I have the warm fuzzies. That might be a bit more appropriate. I might do that later after I finish these four teas, and I want if I'm continuing to do this on a regular basis, I want to do other. I want to branch out not just on my teas, but some of the other ones. Just to keep the interest going. Um, but yeah, I have another sleepy time tea that's gonna be very fun to talk about, mainly because it smells like feet. And I'm not joking. I can actually probably have Angel come down here and testify that it has a foot smell, but it does not taste like feet. And I think that that's more important to not have toes in your mouth. So, well, maybe some people might prefer. Yeah, exactly. It's the pickle toes. I don't know, but that's not the kind of thing that. Oh, speaking of people that like toes in their mouth, hey Ralph. Uh, anyway, came in just in time. Now that's my kind of greeting. It's like speaking of people who like feet. See, that's by I'm associating foot by smell. It's foot tea. There you go, foot tea pajamas too. There you go, Maria, just for you. Anyway, um, I've gone ahead and lost track of what I was talking about again. Um, yeah, whatever it was, it's gone. You guys derail me all the time. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The foot tea pajama foot not the pajamas, the foot tea. Anyway, so yeah, it's got a flower in it. I forget the name of it that gives it the that really kind of foot smell to it, but it tastes more on the side of a more earthy chamomile. So I don't mind the smell. It's completely gone once you steep it, but as long as it's in the tin and you open it up, yeah, it's got a bit of a pungent odor to it. But yeah, I'll talk more about that when the time comes. Uh, I want to go through the other two that I have left in the box, that of my own creation, and I might buy more of my own blends and talk about it because I want to get the word out there. Um, to help these charities as well, as spread awareness and get people interested in tea because it's an amazing drink. I mean, a lot of people drink like Lipton, and they think that that's all it has to offer. But honestly, I was never a tea fan until I started drinking this stuff. You know, I mean, my first real tea was pumpkin spice. And I had no idea you could make pumpkin spice tea. All I knew was black, white, and green, and that was it. Nothing's wrong with Lipton except the fact that it's not as fresh as the rest of them. And that's the kind of stinky tea that you don't exactly steep. I don't know if you can drink it. I don't want to say that you can't drink it because I would be proven wrong. You can eat it, but I'm not so sure you can drink it. But in any case, uh, Lipton, the way that it's processed is first it's harvested, then it's sent to a factory, then it's oxidized, then it's bagged, then it's put in a warehouse for God knows how long. Then it goes to the supermarkets, and it's well, I was open to correction. There was then it stays on the shelves for God knows how long, and when you take it home, it's not as fresh as it could be. But when you buy it from a place like Adagio, who they get it harvested, they plant it in their own factories, and then they put it directly into the stores, you get a much more fresh cut of it, so to speak. So a lot of people that drink Lipton don't know that it can get better. And I mean, it really can. and it's very strange, the transition that you go to when you Starbucks teas. They're good. They're oxidized pretty well, and they're shaken up. Um, but they're very creamy, and that, I mean, me being lactose intolerant, I can't really drink too much of them. Um, but otherwise, I think it's really good. I like Starbucks teas. I just can't drink too much of them. Yeah, and they're overpriced. Another another reason. Um, like if you get you get two of their cups for $8. This whole thing was like 10, and this makes about, I don't know, 10, 15 cups, give or take. So yeah, it's a definite advantage when you purchase these. Um, my teas on unfortunately only come loose leaf. They don't have the option to bag them because there's no telling how popular they'll be. They only go by what's in stock at the store and what's ordered online in their general what's the word I'm looking for, like their general product. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, uh, I've lost I've lost track of myself again. Yeah, it's definitely overpriced, but the effect is longer lasting. So there's that benefit. Um, and I don't know any other Starbucks teas that's good for like cataracts. So, oh yeah, chais are amazing. I've actually designed a couple chais myself. I have one on there called Die by Chai. How does the reason you're drinking taste? What? Oh, how does the tea I'm drinking? Oh, okay. Um, so you taste the chamomile first. I mean, sorry, not the chamomile. You taste the lemongrass. Yeah, it's tasty. Um, Man, I went through all of this in the first video and now I forgot because I keep getting distracted by you guys. Okay, once it cools down, you get the chamomile first, followed by the lemongrass, and the peppermint becomes an overtone, and it actually refreshes the whole the whole feeling overall. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna replay it. It should have saved online. I'm crossing my fingers because this is the reason why I'm doing it on Facebook rather than Instagram. Instagram didn't didn't do much at all as far as saving, but build up. Well, holy build up to what? I'm talking about the taste, but I've already. Yeah, pay no attention to the peanut gallery. Good suggestion. Yeah, I mean, you guys are all great, and you're keeping the discussion going, which is something that I'm relying on because I'm not much of a talker unless I have something to talk about. Um, okay, Kara. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Flavors. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna recap what was in it and the senses of each stage of the steeping. Uh, no, it's okay. You can talk. All right. So this is peppermint, lemongrass, and chamomile with the additions of pineapple and ginger. So when you first open it up and you smell it, I think the first thing that you smell is the chamomile. Let me see. Gonna do this all over again because there were three different stages and I completely forgot what they were. Okay, yeah, yeah. The peppermint is actually the strongest when you smell it, And then when you steep it, oh yeah, that's what it was. When you steep it, you smell the lemongrass, but when you taste it, you taste the chamomile the strongest. And that's what makes this tea very, very interesting. I don't know how that works, but I like it. It's really something to experience it one stage at a time rather than smelling something, then steeping it, smelling it again, and then drinking. Hey, Elsie, how's it going? Um, then when you taste it for the first time, it tastes different from what it smells in liquid form, which smells different from what it is in solid form. And that's the kind of thing that gets me intrigued in the whole tea culture because you never quite know what to expect until you've experienced it completely. I've had the pumpkin chai. No, it was just pumpkin spice. I didn't get the chai yet, and it was just out of this world. Like it tasted like pumpkin. And I started tasting more and more. I had the coconut pao chong next, the blood orange, and all of those experiences were great and all. I became fascinated when I actually had a tea that tasted like root beer, and I mean, at that point, when they told me it tasted like root beer, I accused them of lying, but I knew deep down inside that I would be proven wrong. I bought a bag, and sure enough, it tasted like root beer. So I was very impressed by what can be accomplished when you drink different kinds of teas, and experience it for yourself. So this is the kind of thing that draws me into the world of tea and the culture of it. The history is just fascinating. The different regions, the different kinds of teas. Like for instance, I thought technically this would be called a tea, but it's not. It's actually an herbal blend. There is no tea in there. The tea is based on the actual tea leaf being used and processed in the blend. So technically, that's just an herbal blend. Going back to chai, I didn't get to talk too much about that, but I designed one called Dai Bai Chai, and I haven't tasted it yet, but it's filled with chamomile. Yeah, well, it's better than drinking 7 beers before your driving test because that could be the exact opposite of what you want. The different kinds of relaxation there. But the Dai Bai Chai has vanilla rooibos chai and I believe masala chai and caramel rooibos. Now, rooibos is a red tea, which is a very short leaf, but it's naturally sweet. You can drink it, and it's very like if you get the right one, it's kind of like a brownie kind of texture to it, where it's not smooth as chocolate. You get a little bit of grain, but in a good way. And rooibos is in my opinion like king of the sweet tea. So I put a little bit of caramel rooibos in it, some vanilla rooibos chai, which Kara can attest to. It's not for the faint of heart. Still am losing out a little bit. I think I'm still connected. Okay, did I survive? Yeah, I think I survived. Okay, yeah. I had a little bit of a signal issue here. But yeah, like I was saying, this is something that even Kara can attest to. It's not for the faint of heart. This chai is a very strong, Very. Hey, you're talking to Jose right there. He's the one who's, hey, cuz, how's it going? Yeah, you and Jose got to talk about that Wi-Fi thing, and because he's the one in charge of the whole upstairs. Um, so yeah. Anyway, so like I was saying, the rooibos, the vanilla rooibos chai is a very strong, very spicy flavor, and it's able to give you heartburn if you're not careful. So what I did was I got Thai by Chai. Dai by Chai. I also did another one earlier this week. I think it was maybe yesterday, or the day before. I put together chocolate chai with apple rooibos chai, and I believe I put cinnamon. No, no. Yeah, well, I put cinnamon as a spice, and I put vanilla rooibos chai. So this is the first one that I used. All three components are chai flavored, but the chocolate chai is not as strong of a spice. So I'm not sure how that would affect the overall spiciness of the tea. I'm hoping that it gives you a nice burn, because chocolate chai alone, when I first had it, it made the tip of my tongue tingle for about 5 minutes, and that's when I knew it was a good tea. But when you mix it with something that's not as hot, then am I still? I look like I'm still streaming well. Yeah, it looks fine. Anyway, so the chocolate chai is it's a very spicy but chocolatey, like a deep chocolate flavor. Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure, because the Wi-Fi keeps going off and on. All right, thanks. So anyway, it was a very chocolatey, like it's more of a hot chocolate kind of flavor to it. Exactly. It's got a hot chocolate flavor to it, and when you add the cinnamon apple spice to it, it's going to enhance the flavor a lot. So I'm hoping to get that one pretty soon, and I would love you guys to be here when I put my taste to the test and I really get a good experience from it. I'm promise I'm always going to be 100% honest with the teas. If I'm not happy with it, I'll tell you, and then I'll do what I can to fix it. Because in the end, I want to recommend that people buy it and drink it, not only for the health benefits, but for the charities as well. And, just for the experience. Because, I was in the same boat where I only drank tea when I was sick, because that's the only time that I could tolerate it. But when I started drinking more, it changed my perspective. It changed my habits, and I'm feeling better for it. So I highly recommend it to everyone. If anybody has any questions about the kinds of effects, yes, I prefer. I actually prefer loose leafing my tea, because that's the teas expand more. But I know tea bagging might be better for some other people who are less experienced than I. I honestly thought that the first teabagging joke would come from Jose, but he opted to go with the weed route. So I gotta expect it. I knew somebody was going to eventually. Nobody brought it last week, so I'm like, yeah, this week has got to be the week. Anyway, so I think that's pretty much that's pretty much anything that I had to contribute. Anybody have questions? I'm going to open the floor. Carell, I know you were a little bit late. I don't know. I have two videos because the first one got interrupted and kind of chopped up. I don't know if it's saved. After I'm finished broadcasting, I'll send the link. But we'll see if it works. But yeah, I'm gonna open up the. If you want to talk amongst yourselves, go right ahead. I'm enjoying this tea right here. But if you have any questions at all, be directed about the tea towards me. I'll be happy to answer anything. First cup is gone. I'm going to go ahead and pour myself another one. Which tea did you get? Another thing I love about this teapot, by the end of that last sip, it was really cold, but this stuff is still like, I might have to slurp it some more. Hey Tita, how's it going? I didn't think that so many people would be showing up. I mean, last week I had about 15 people when you combine all three of the live streams, because they kept on people kept on coming in at different times, and well, it gave me a compiled list, so I had about 15 people. So I think I'm getting there about. You're a little bit wary about rooibos. They say it's good for keeping inflammation down with benefit, but I feel like it's actually. See, I don't know if it's an allergen though. That is something that I would have to look into, but I really don't. I really don't think that it's got properties to become like to cause a reaction. But that's something that I was never asked. Oh, well, that's good to know. Well, welcome. I'm just going to recap because Carell missed it also. I wanted to talk about the ingredients in the tea. Once again, it's going to be peppermint, lemongrass, and chamomile with the added flavors of pineapple and ginger. I don't think you're a hypochondriac, but, you know, I have never been a doctor of psychology, so I don't know. And honestly, I don't think hypochondriacs would stop at allergies. I think that they would say that it's skin cancer and that you were dying. So, best tea for weight loss, I would highly recommend matcha. Matcha is great for the digestive system. It clears you out, and they limit two a day, 2 cups a day, because anything more, and I learned this the hard way, will be sending you to the bathroom all day. And yeah, it's not fun. But it's also got great benefits. It boosts your metabolism. It's great actually for your heart. Lowers blood pressure. I mean, matcha is like a super tea. If you can stand the taste, you can drink it straight up. But another benefit is if you put it in like a smoothie, or you can bake it in a cake. You put anything. It went pot tea. It mixes well with anything. So if you can't drink it straight up, you can still get the benefits by mixing it with something. When I brought it to work, I don't have a way of mixing it with. Hey, welcome back, Angel. I don't have the. Well, you know what? I might as well show you guys. I talked a little bit about it last week, but the matcha has to be prepared in a specific way, not to be steeped, but actually it's mixed in a bowl. I'm going to put you down here so that I can demonstrate. The way that it works is you start off by boiling the water. There's actually a whole ceremony that goes with it. Angel saw that during the tea tasting, so she got a little bit. It's not hard to find, but it's really expensive. Like I got a tin about yay big. It was about $30, which it's really steep, but the health benefits more than make up for it. So the way that it works is you put the hot water in there, and you can't heat the water up too much because it is in fact still a green tea, so you can oversteep it. I can actually send you a link later on to some of the matcha if you want, Ralph. I'll do it after the stream. But you use very little of it. You scoop it up with one of these. This is about maybe a quarter of a teaspoon each. I mean, no, sorry, 3/4 of a teaspoon each. So you get maybe about a teaspoon, and there goes that math again. 3/4, maybe. So you scoop twice, and then you take the bamboo whisk, and you whisk it for about 2 minutes using an M formation, and you get it nice and frothy, and you drink it straight up like that. The tea ceremony itself is it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's very ceremonial, and I like watching it. I want to one day learn how to do it. And when that day comes, who knows? I might even do it on one of the. Yeah, there's no tea bag. You can't tea bag it because it's a powder. So anyway, yeah, the matcha. It's not really hard to find. It's just very expensive. I'm about due actually to buy another one. This time I'll go for one of the flavored ones. They have a chocolate matcha, raspberry peach mocha, which is if you like coffee, that's gonna be a really good transition because it's got more of a coffee flavor than a matcha flavor. I've tasted a little bit. There is no matcha for matcha. Nope, not at all. They also had, I'm forgetting one. There's like 7 or 8 of them. But yeah, it's all these different flavors. You all get the really great benefits, and I highly recommend it. Drinking it regularly, and it's gonna make a difference in your life. Whenever I drink my matcha on a regular basis, I feel more energized, and it's great for the immunity. I haven't really suffered too much from cold. I had like a little reaction here and there, but overall, I have not gotten hit by a cold. Matcha Man, Randy Savage. I would, except for the fact that they don't allow you to blend matcha with anything yet, because matcha is a matcha man. No, matcha. They explained it to me that once you go above a certain price point on the tea, it kind of makes the whole system go wonky in the pricing. So they keep all the teas under $15, and that limits your selection to just general teas. You can't even make jasmine teas, and jasmine is amazing. Like, my favorite tea, oh my god, this can take a while. This is not an easy question for me to answer because the teas are so diverse. But I'll get back to it in just a minute. I wanted to talk about the jasmine tea. I'm gonna do jasmine probably in a couple weeks. Once I finish off the next two, I want to either do an iced tea, if depending on whether or not it gets warm within the beginning of May, and if not, that can wait. I want to do some jasmine. I want to do the other sleepy time tea as well. I might also get in other of my own blends in. So if those come in, of course, I'd be too excited to wait, uh, because I've already had jasmine tea. I've already had the sleepy time tea, and that's something that I think I'd be too excited to wait for. So if I get my own teas in, I'll substitute that real quick. Um, I want to get the process of the iced tea down as well, because that is going to take a completely different method to brewing. But yeah, that's gonna be further on down the line. Right now, I'm planning to do this on a regular basis. Um, so yeah, that's Celestial Seasoning. It's right up there with Lipton. Celestial Seasoning, if I'm not mistaken, is more based. How do I feel about Mr. T? I pity the fool who made fun of him. But Celestial Seasoning, they are good. They're just more more based, and so they're not exactly big on teas, but more herbal blends. As I was talking about the difference between them before. But my favorite teas, I would have to say, for Sweet Tooth, Vanilla Rooibos was the first one that I tried, and that'll always be my go-to tea. It tastes kind of like cream soda, and I love it. For iced tea, though, in Rooibos, nothing beats caramel Rooibos. When you pull out all that flavor, you get this earthy sweetness that it blows vanilla Rooibos out of the water if you ice it. Um, they also have, as far as herbal iced teas are concerned, they have a watermelon cooler that I absolutely fell for it. It tastes like, what was that? Like a Jolly Rancher, which is amazing. As far as green teas are concerned, I would go for the Citron Green. The Citron Green is part of what I made last week. Was the Citrus Mistress? That one I did, and it was just uh, yeah. Adagio has it, and I think I put some of the watermelon cooler in the strawberry shortcake one that you tried. I haven't tried that one yet, so I'm going to try to adjust it a little bit, because I know that you were a little bit iffy on the flavor. Once I taste it, I'm going to see what needs to be changed, as far as the flavor is concerned. But the watermelon cooler is a great green tea. As far, I'm going to say this. If I'm going to go for a green chai tea, what is it? How do you get tea bagged? Well, first you got to go on the right corner. I don't know what corners allow that service in New York, because I haven't been there in a while, but I'm sure once I get back, you and I can go looking for tea bags, just like the old days. But Spice Green Tea, I bought this a little while ago, and this is actually my second bag. I love it. It's green tea mixed with orange, mixed with chai. Hi, Ani. You're like everybody, man. Everybody's coming in at the end. But yeah, it's orange. It's 42nd Street, Times Square. That's actually pretty much the entire the entire area. So you have orange, you have chai, and you have green. And when you put all three of them, am I still here? I keep losing it. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so as far as sweet chai is concerned, Thai chai. Thai chai is amazing. This stuff will change your life. Excuse me. I put Thai chai in one of my teas. I believe it was. Oh yeah, it was the Sweet Thai Chai Princess, and I shared it with a couple of coworkers, and each one of them testified that they were instantly addicted to it. So, I mean, that speaks for itself. Um, God, what else? There's black teas. My favorite black tea. God, this is so hard. Dankong Aria. Dankong Aria is it's about as traditional as you can get, but not to the point where it becomes boring. The Dankong Aria has been like a very earthy flavor, but it's wholesome. And it's very sweet on the front end. So, yeah. Yo Dong, Aria, Stark. I don't know. I got nothing. But it's amazing. As far as white teas are concerned, gotta go with. I don't have a whole lot of experience. I like the Silver Needle. Silver Needle has a very soft and sweet flavor to it. As I mentioned before, white teas, if you're not familiar with it, it'll taste like water. But if you find the nuances on it, Silver Needle has like a really sweet, light flavor to it, and I was hooked on the first try. We'll go back to white strawberry. White strawberry is mainly strawberry, with a little bit of the white tea flavoring to like give it more of an earthy tone. Red tea is always going to be something rooibos based, although honeybush is really really good. It's like rooibos, honeybush. It's a close race. Herbal tea, hot herbal tea. Because I already did herbal iced tea. God, it's so hard to pick a favorite herbal tea. There is no such thing as an English tea. English breakfast is imported from India, as is exactly. I knew somebody was going to mention that once I said honeybush. But actually, English breakfast tea, Irish breakfast tea, and Scottish breakfast tea are all imported from India. That's from the Ceylon leaf, something like that. It's hard for me to remember how to pronounce it because I think it's Ceylon, Ceylon. I hear it like very seldom spoken, so I'm just doing my best here. Yeah, Ceylon. I don't know. What she said right here. But yeah, that's all imported. So there is actually no English tea. And what I found interesting was that English breakfast, Irish breakfast, and Scottish breakfast are all processed due to the water in that particular area, which I had no idea the water had anything to do with it. But the water being hard versus being soft, it requires a different kind of process so that you get a stronger flavor from it. Scottish breakfast has the hardest water, so it's the strongest of the three teas. English being the softest, water is the lightest of the flavor. But yeah, I that's a little something that will always stick with me. Uh, just me and one of my friends who I thought would show up once I put tea on there, but she didn't come in. We went to high school together, so we have tea talks on occasion, and we got curious and we looked it up. Who knew? uh, well, I mean, of course, that's more loyalty. Everybody's gonna have a preference. Um, I like New York tea. I've actually never had New York tea, but I'm from New York, so I like it. Teabag talk. Yeah, that's a completely different kind of tea altogether. That's when you get Ramona with the wig and the high heels and the unshaved legs. No, there is no New York tea. I'm just talking about like the nationalism when it comes to tea. It's like I just like where it's from. Um, yeah, it's kind of like the equivalent of Lactaid. You like take the couple of pills and then you can drink all the milk you want. Um, but yeah, that would Long Island iced tea. That's a good one. I have to say, I actually did not see that one coming. I think that's the official tea of New York. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's everybody's gonna say that their own is gonna be the best. Um, but yeah, I think I've covered all my basics as far as my favorites. My favorite commercial tea, I actually don't. You want me to go through that whole thing again, Ani? Like, there is no best tea ever to me. Like, I can't do it. Favorite commercial tea, I would have to say brand name. I would say that you get more bang for your buck when you go to Dunkin' Donuts and you get the vanilla chai. That is that's my favorite tea, I think, only because Dunkin' or or Starbucks. Because Dunkin', I mean, they do coffee, so they might as well do tea as well. Um, I don't drink coffee, so I have no idea. But the oh, so you're saying that that's the best tea ever? Oh, I thought you were asking me because yeah, that was gonna be yeah. I mean, I've never had Dunkin' Donut coffee, so I have no idea. I've had their tea. Um, their tea is pretty decent for it being a commercial tea. The I like their vanilla chai. It's great. But their peppermint, I mean, it's kind of basic. Which I mean, what do you expect from a peppermint tea? Uh, Starbucks, it's more expensive. I haven't had too many of their teas. Um, the cinnamon, what was it? The one that Oprah likes so much. Um, I haven't had their Dunkin's English breakfast, so I don't know. But I mean, yeah, it may as well be best store bought tea. Adagio, right here. Adagio teas. This is the one that I go to all the time, and I love it. They are amazing. I mean, the people, when you walk in there, they're welcoming, they're very warm, they're very confident about their product, and they taught me immensely everything that I didn't know that you could do with teas. Um, they have been there for me. They've been very accommodating, and I am a loyal customer to the end. I will always endorse their tea over anything else. And Ralph, if you ever decide that you want to come to Chicago again, bring the family, I'll take you guys. And they actually have a tea tasting where they present to you three teas of your choice, and they talk to you about it. They set up three different tea cookies as well. And they pour out the teas, they serve it, they talk about it, and I mean, I think that when we did it, it was an experience that I would never trade in again, and I would actually, yeah, Jibarito flavored tea. That would be that would be the next one. Yeah, I know you would. You prefer. You don't like the teas all that well, but well, actually, no. You do. You did talk to. Was it Gijo that prefers tea over overall? I know that we had that discussion. But anyway, like I was saying, it's an experience. I mean, you go there, you drink the tea, you learn so much about the harvesting, the area, and yeah, oh yeah, I know you like tea. Okay, so it was you, and it was Gijo was the one who would try it. But anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I know you're just messing with me. I hate you. Go away. No. Yeah, you see, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the tea tasting. So yeah, they do it $20 for two people, and I believe it's like 35 for four or something like that. I'll look at that later. But yeah, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to introduce yourself to the world and stop lying. To the world of tea, and you just take it from there. Yeah, and I think with that, I'm kind of running out of steam here. My throat's getting a little bit dry, and my tea is getting a little bit cold. Thankfully, this particular blend, as well as last week, tastes good when it's cold too. So I'm gonna finish it up. You guys have anything else before I wrap things? Any last minute teabagging jokes, Ralph? I know you've got something in there. Yeah, I agree. Teabags going down your throat. It's a great way to ingest it. And Jose, any more weed comments you want to make? Anything? All right, so I'm going to wrap things up. My throat can't really take it anymore, and I'm crossing my fingers that this will actually save on the yeah, teetering on the brink. I should have made room for one more pun. But yeah, I'm gonna send if it's on the website, I'm gonna send the link to this particular tea, and just like last week, I'll be happy to send over a an email to anybody who's interested in my other blends. I'll send that. Just inbox me, or just say yes on the comments, and I'll be happy to send you my list. Okay, have a good night, everybody.